Hey guys. Whew. Just did a lot of hiking uphill. I'm about halfway to my bushcraft spot up here in the desert plains of the Rocky Mountains. It's December 9th, and there's not enough snow, man. But anyway, we're going up there into those trees. It's probably another half a mile, so we'll get back with you. You can see there's these big ant hills, thatching ants. There's a dead deer from a long time ago. Get out of there, Jerry. That deer's probably been here for a couple of years. It's just pieces, parts left. This is a big one here. But yeah, these thatching ants, they collect all this duff and debris from the ground and cover up their ant hills with it. But I've always wondered, do they hibernate? They gotta hibernate, right? They got to. Whew. It's warm with that sun. Once you get hiking and moving, it's warm. I know once I stop, I'll cool off. Plus my bushcraft spot is in the shade. I wore snow pants. Not as much even because they're warm, but because they're waterproof. Like I'll be kneeling down in the snow a lot up here. I don't know if I'm looking at the moon or not. It's hard to tell in the screen here, but either way, the moon's out. And it's just like super pitch quiet up here. There's the lucky dried up oil well, capped oil well. I've showed you in previous videos. Here we are in the middle of nowhere, but there used to be an oil rig right here. And that's how I know I'm getting into the trees. See on the ground there's tons of rabbit sign and deer sign. Usually I would have scared off some deer or some antelope by now, but I always have trouble finding the exact spot where I'm trying to go, zigzagging through these junipers. So it'll take me a minute to find the place. But when I do, if I go to that same spot, I'm set up with some firewood, and I actually have a chair there that is ancient, that's been there for ages. So we'll keep going here. So, here we are, camp. I gotta say, I'm very pissed off at my camera right now. I saw a whole herd of antelope right there and was just trying to zoom in to catch, and I could see them with the zoom good. It zoomed right in on them eating, and they were just chilling, and the freaking batteries went dead, man. And I just don't know, I got this camera thinking that the AA battery thing would be rad, because I could just bring a bunch of them and they would be cheaper than buying a bunch of, replacement lithium batteries. But it's not, the camera's not lasting on 4 AA's. I can't shoot 20 minutes, 30 minutes of video on them. So that's a definite downfall. There's no way to turn the screen off either. If I could make this, since I can't see the screen while I'm shooting, if the screen would just turn off, I know it'd save battery life. But anyway, we're here now. So I was going to show you my gear setup, and I actually had to start taking stuff out to get to the batteries, to replace the battery for the camera. So I did bring orange blanket again. This is for me to use as well as Jury to use if she wants to lay down. We are pretty much 100% covered in snow in this zone because it's shady, so she will have a nice place to lay. With that, like I said before, I packed my coat because I didn't know if it would be very cold today. I think the forecast said a low of 7 or a low of 17 but a high of 40, and I'll probably be up here during the part of the day where it'd be the warmest, which is 40. Right now it feels like it's probably about 35 degrees. It's not quite freezing, but it's still chilly. I did bring the hatchet today, thinking that I would probably start cutting a little more substantial stuff since I'm going to have a bigger fire today. And I also brought the Bagel saw, knife, fire starting gear, the big bladder of water for me and Jury to make sure we have plenty of water, and toilet paper, wipes, frying pan, other mess kit stuff that I'll probably show you here in a little bit once we start getting cooking and everything. I brought 2 different kinds of gloves today. I have the thinner mechanics gloves in order to be able to run the camera and stuff while I'm walking. And then I brought some thicker winter gloves for dealing with the fire and stuff like that. But got the saw, I'm going to take that with me. And I'm going to take the thinner work gloves with me. And what I'm going to do is try to find something that's attached to a dead tree standing up that'll be dry. And then I can cut a bunch of round pieces off of it and splits and get to splitting with the hatchet and get a fire going. Before I start cutting a bunch of firewood, I'm going to clear a place off of snow real quick just to lay it so it's not collecting all this wet snow. This juniper is alive on this side, but this whole portion of it is dead, completely dead. And I mean, you can tell by the sound, and I mean, if you snap one of these branches off, I mean, it's just dust. So throw that over there. It won't hurt this tree to take these dead pieces off, and this is standing straight up, so it's nice and dry. And if I just cut this one piece off, it will turn into probably enough firewood for most of the day today. So we're gonna go ahead and take this guy off of here. We're probably gonna start right here. Try to cut it clean off of there, not break it off, so it's got a nice flat spot on the top. Whew. There we go. Nice and dry and seasoned. This is kind of my sawhorse here. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's that Bushcraft money shot there, buddy. So, like you've seen in probably 1 or 2 of my previous videos, this chair has been up here forever. And so it's kind of nice because I don't have to plan on bringing one. But it is cold and it's pokey. So you gotta be really careful not to rip holes in your brand new snow pants or whatever. I actually brought a sit pad that I'll use to sit on my butt. There's no big stumps or big rounds or dead fallen big trees that you can find really to split on. What's nice about this ground right now is that it's frozen. And so I have a feeling that using the ground to chop might not be as challenging since the ground is sturdy. And it's not good for your axe, but I'm not totally 100% worried about hitting it into this soft ground because there's not very much. There's actually just no rock. This is a knotty piece right here. Go lay down, Jerry. So we'll see how it splits. And you can see this wood, even though it's dry, and this is because there's a knot on there, but it doesn't split straight grained. It's really stringy. And this thing's gonna split. I could even split it probably like this. And see, my blade didn't even really touch the ground right there, but you can see it's just splintering off. There we go. See, not too bad. Could get one more out of that probably. Start to try to kind of build the base of my fire. And these are all kind of bendy in the same direction, but that actually will work pretty good to create a base. And I'll just build the fire right on top of that. So I was a little concerned about getting shavings from this wood because it's super flaky and like peely, but I'm looking like I'm getting some good stuff on this one here. So I just want to get a couple of nice pieces like that. This tree is a perfect example of the perfect stuff for the little pencil lead pieces parts. So if you come over here and bust some of these bigger branches off of here, and then take them over to your pit, you can organize all of these little tiny lead pieces to pencil size pieces, to thumb size, finger size, whatever. Okay, so I'm all organized here. I got shavings, feather stick, pencil lead size stuff, pencil sized, finger sized, thumb and bigger. And once I got that stuff going, I'll just start burning off, busting pieces like that. This is the hardest part. I try to be organized as I can, so I'm not hurry-scurrying. So I'm going to try to pick up some of the airier curls. Hopefully we can get this bad boy going. Everything is damp up here, but I always say that, and that's not an excuse. Hopefully I won't need an excuse. Come on. I'm, still kind of new at this. If I was better at making curls, fluffy curls, let's try my feather stick and see if that will make a difference. Huh. And I'm definitely struggling. Ooh, there goes something. Please, baby, please. Oh yeah, come on, feather stick. Come through for me. Okay, Jason, don't smother it. Just little twiggy twigs. I mean, that has to be a sign that everything in here is damp. Yeah, that's a fire. Boy Johnson. I don't know if I should just fold it like that, I guess. Come on, Dre. Get up there. Get up there. Good girl. She won't lay down this whole time anyway, honestly. Okay, move. I have set up this blanket for her the last like 3 times, and she doesn't use it. Cooking today, I got some cheese cut up already, and a bagel wrapped up, and then a big hefty helping of bacon. This is bacon ends and pieces, so it's just pieces parts. And I'm sure you can probably already tell where I'm going with this, but inside my can here, I got the jar lid, and you'll see what that's for later. It's an old Joe Robinette trick I got from a video, so if you know him, you probably know already what I'm up to. And then I kind of learned this trick from him too, the old eggs in the billy can. So anyway, there's the fixins. I'm going to try to kind of find a place to situate the pan so I can get the bacon cooking at least here. Keep the flames kind of out of there. Then I should be all right. You know, my friends have told me the worries or the concerns of smoke with your camera. This isn't obviously a super nice camera, but it's nice enough that I don't want to ruin it, for sure. Because that piece is just all fat. I don't know if I'll eat that or not. I burned the cutting board to the pan a little bit, so it's okay. It didn't get in the food or anything, but I don't want to do that anymore, that's for sure. Just trying to make it so this thing isn't just pure pure fat, you know, pure liquid fat. Let me wait the fire a little bit. Nothing is effed here, dude. Nothing is effed here. You can see this thing is just one huge, pure chunk of fat. I don't know if I'm even want to feed that to Jury or not, but the rest of this is fine. Let's do the jar, the mason jar ring. Try to make a McMuffin, as just crack the eggs in here in a minute and melt the cheese in there and just have a big mess of food with a bagel. And then maybe I could like toast the bagel right on the coals or something like that. Okay, well, I really had to move the camera because the smoke was just going right in it. So I hope everything still looks good as far as the shot goes, but I'm thinking this bacon's looking good. There's not so much fat in there that it's gonna kill me to eat, you know. But I also found my grill, my handy dandy grill that I forgot was in my backpack. So I'm gonna bust the bagels onto the grill with the cheese, and then I'm gonna fix up the eggs and everything in here, and then I should be, you know, good to go. I am going to take this piece of fat out and stick it on the grill here and let it cool, and I'll at least give Jury a piece of it. But the rest of this is mine. I'm gonna have a bite right now. Oh yeah. Tastes like bacon. Eggs are precarious as well. Don't want to get no shell. Oh, come on, bitch. And those can go right in the fire. She took my gloves off for this. Oh well. There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. Bet you ever heard that one before. I'm trying to get the bacon fat all in there. Let that just cook up. Try to turn the pan. It looks like the stuff is kind of cooking. A little awkward there. Sorry, I know you guys missed some of the cooking because, oh, I'm about to lose my chunk of fat there. Because the smoke from the fire not going started to just it blew my way right in my face, right where I'm sitting, and just started killing me, man. So I had to like move the food and try to fan the fire. But you can see the eggs are doing pretty good. I threw some cheese in there, as well as put some cheese on the bagels that are toasting up nice. I actually might do that real quick. Put them together like a sandwich. Bagel's about toasted. This is about ready. So pull it off here in a second, and then I can get the fire stoked and going again. So let me show you how the smoke is going right where I sit. So I'm going to take this off. It's done. I'm going to set it on there. I'm going to take this grill off of the fire as well. So I did save that piece of fat for Jury. It's right there. I'm just letting it cool off. But that does not look too bad, does it? Oh man. Big old cloud of smoke all up in my business. That's ridiculous. See what I'm dealing with here? There. This is gonna be cold by the time I eat it, so I'm gonna eat it now. Oh my God. That's incredible. This is awesome, man. The bagel is like toasted to perfection. Cheese is melty. Somehow there's still a Jury hair, just like at home. She'll get a good portion too, but she can get it after. I try to teach her not to beg, even though I give her food after. Always in the woods I give her food. I don't give her human food a lot at home. It doesn't make her feel very good. Well, I don't know what time it is, but it's probably like 1. I came up here at 9:30. So, this place is close to my parents' house, and they're watching my kid right now. So, I gotta get back at some point in time, but not in a huge rush. It's warmed up, for sure. This is probably about gonna be the warmest time of the day. Plus the fire's helping too. But I might not stoke the fire a whole lot more. Let it die down. Unless I plan on making cocoa, which actually sounds really good right now. So I'll probably eat this up and then put some cocoa on. Sip on that and then go. I even have something a little extra to make the cocoa extra fancy. So I'm going to sit here and listen to the magpie So I just decided to give Drury the rest of this bacon and eggs. But you see that big chunk of fat? I'm not going to give her that, because that's what will upset her tummy. So while she's eating the eggs and just distracted, I'll go ahead and huck this hunk of fat far away, and the Maggies will love me. So, there you go. Feast. Well, I decided that I am... oh, excuse me. I am going to have some cocoa. So, I don't need to make this fire back into a roar. But I do want it to live on a little longer. And, I mean, there's probably enough heat there to boil water without any extra sticks or anything. I'll just throw a couple more on. I always keep lots of bags around, so I know I can put garbage in 3 or 4 different layers of bags and know that they're not going to get all super cruddy in my backpack. So that I can just tie in a single knot. And I'll actually probably just hang it right here somewhere until I get ready to go, because it's going to go in a certain part of my backpack. Well, the hanky sure comes in handy as a little floor buffer. You can throw food on or whatever. Yeah, I need to get my fixin' out for hot cocoa, which means the stuff that's usually in here, I'll have to just kind of pour out for now. Just the packet of the restaurant, hospital, hotel style hot cocoa. One thing I have to spruce it up, it's a little nippy of peppermint. Little schnapps, little snappy 10. Peppermint schnapps in cocoa is my favorite, man. Like skiing, camping, snowshoeing, wintertime. I don't even really drink sugary drinks. I don't drink cocoa very often at all. If anything, I'd rather have coffee, but for some reason today that just sounded awesome. Here's the local watering hole. Sorry, I had the lid in my mouth. 8 ounces is just barely the bottom line of this pot, which is good because that means that I'll have extra water for drinking and whatnot. Every time I want to put, like, I have a spot that I like to put the camera, and this freaking smoke just likes to go right to that spot. So we'll let that boil up a little bit. I'll sit here and relax. I need to do more overnight trips. I need to do some solo overnight stuff. All of my overnight stuff lately has been with groups, and it's hard to film videos like this with groups. I hope you check out the one before this video. Obviously I haven't made this video yet or posted it yet, but the one before this, just this last weekend, was the yurt trip, and it was a blast. I tried to film as much as I could, but by the time it started dumping snow, and by that second day I was just having so much fun in the fresh snow that I didn't film once. I didn't really care. It's also hard to get this camera out in the snow, and I know GoPro footage is just not as good, you know. So she's happy. She got some eggs. She got some eggs, didn't you? You're so good. You're so good. Oh. And hairy. I think the sun sets right now at like 4:50, maybe 5 o'clock. So it's not that far away from setting, but you know, I still got hours to get out of here and everything, so. Ooh, right in the freaking lens. That was smart. Okay. Anyway, point is, it's boiling, so we're good. Little rolling boil, but it's good enough. So, I'm gonna set that bad boy right there. well, like a silly. I didn't show you guys. I didn't show. I hit record and then turned it off and then hit it again. Anyway, schnapps in the bad boy. So let's try this out. Oh, that's so peppermint. So peppermint. And I mean, that's like half of a mini bottle, a little more than half of a mini bottle, so don't you worry, I'm not getting all messed up out here. Oh, that's just the ticket though. Looking at my little Coughlins guy here. I don't know if the focus will work on it, but it says it's about 30 degrees. Now that is in the shade behind my backpack, so that sounds about right. Probably 5 degrees warmer in the sun. Well, the fire will be pretty easy. I'll just brush a bunch of this snow up here onto it. Snow and dirt. I mean, it's already practically out. Always take a survey of camp to make sure you didn't leave anything, especially in the tree that you hang everything in. I know it'll be here when I come back, but if there's a foot of snow on the ground and I left something on the ground, it's gone. Thanks guys for watching. The few of you that do watch. I know not very many people see these videos. Hopefully that'll change, but if it doesn't, whatever. I mostly do this for myself, you know, but I do want other people to get enjoyment out of these videos as well, like I get enjoyment out of watching these types of videos that other people make. Really excited that on my walk out I got to see antelope and deer that I'll leave you guys with at the end of this video, the footage. But otherwise, just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. So I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, share, like, comment. It helps me out, and you know, it just makes me feel like even if a couple people are watching and enjoying, that it's worth doing, and probably do it anyway, but it makes a whole big difference for me when I know people are getting enjoyment out of the video. So until next time, Haggard Wilderness.